Cato, let's start with some big breaking news here off the top on this Thursday. A news alert in St. Petersburg where city council members just approved the biggest development project in the history of the city. We are talking about the Rays' plans for that new stadium as well as the multi-billion-dollar development around the stadium site. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is live at City Hall. We were expecting a marathon meeting, and it was for most of the day, but the vote came a bit earlier than some expected, Evan, and this is the council's decision that came down just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it did, and this was news with a capital N, right? This was greeted by a round of applause in the council chamber. As you said, Chris, they just approved the largest economic plan in the city's history, $6.5 billion, and perhaps biggest of all for the supporters, a 30,000-seat stadium for the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays will be staying in St. Pete. Say it again, right? The Rays will be staying in St. Pete. Take a look. There was a round of applause as this was approved just a few minutes ago. This was a 5-3 vote, and the two councilors people were wondering about praised this process, saying they were eager for the future and said this was the right project at the right time. They've been going through these agreements, very complicated agreements, thousands of pages, point by point. The mayor and city officials say the project will fulfill the promises of the gas plant district and generate revenue that the city couldn't dream of elsewhere. City councilors have heard from dozens of public speakers today who represented a broad swath of opinions on many sides of this. But here, just a minute ago, we spoke with Rays owner Stu Sternberg. Here he is.
We're going to have to throw out a pitch somewhere in 2028, so it was coming. But I'm thrilled that it's happened here in St. Petersburg. That's been our goal.
What did you make of the way the process went down today? You heard many of the arguments you've heard all along. What do you think was the key argument from your perspective that made this happen?
From our end, it's everything that we've done up to this point for a couple of decades, and it's Major League Baseball. And the folks up there recognized that it brings a lot to a city, and it's going to create a ton of joy, and we're going to bring so much to bear going forward.
What do you say to the fans who have watched this process, as you said, gone up and down? Many of them have stayed with you and said, you know, we want this team to stay. What's your,
it's helped fuel me. It's helped fuel me and our organization. When people come up to you and say, we believe in what you're doing, we want the team to be here, it certainly fueled everything to get us to this point.
One councilor who voted no said the city should have put this forward as a referendum to the voters, given the enormous cost of this and the change that the project represents. Another who was opposed called it corporate welfare in its purest sense. The mayor, though, said the deal for the 30,000-seat stadium and $6.5 billion development simply won't get any better than it is right now. The city is going to be on the hook for infrastructure costs, for bonds, for debt service, and also for the sale of the land. It's going to cost about $700 million over the next 30 years. But in short, city councilors today said that that is worth the cost of keeping the team here and having an enormous development to go alongside of it right now at that Tropicana Field site, which is, of course, one big, giant parking lot. It's going to look a lot different over the next 10 or 15 years, starting with the new stadium that's going to be open at the beginning of the 2028 season. There is one key point here, and that is Pinellas County commissioners still do have to vote on this. It is expected to be on even friendlier terrain there. So for all intents and purposes, for the people who are here today and pushing this through, they believe that this was the key vote. And Chris, say it again, the Rays are staying in St. Pete. Back to you.
A historic day in St. Petersburg. Evan Axelbank live for us. Thanks, Evan.